Hey guys, Kapila here from WebBased.me, and today we're just going to kind of go through our website design brief, so everyone has a better idea of how to fill out the questionnaire and what information we're looking for. Okay, so let's get started. So basically, our team is going to use this brief to essentially create a sitemap and a vision for your online web presence, really. So that's the goal of this brief, and we also use it to gather some technical information, etc. So the first question, company name. So basically, this is your company name, but more than that, we want to get an idea of what your brand identity is or what you want it to be. And so we can talk about that in the copywriting. We can figure out ways to expose that within your website, etc. So be as descriptive as you possibly can about what your current brand identity is or what you want it to be, and how you want to showcase yourself to your potential visitors and your potential customers. So that's really what this question is about. This is just your website address. Here we're asking you for your target market. We're going to use this to kind of choose the typography, the colors of the site, etc., and also the copy. We want to make sure that the copywriting reflects your target market. So you can go ahead and choose as many different target markets as you like just by holding down your control key on your keyboard. That'll allow you to select more. So there's a pretty diverse list here. So, and obviously, if your target market is not represented here, just let our your account manager know, and we'll get that added here for you in no time. Okay. So our intent here is because different information architecture and the way the page layout works, and obviously color can have a different advertising impact on the various target markets there are. So that's really what we use this for. Um, if there's any further detail that you want to provide here, for instance, if you're targeting seniors, hey, we're targeting the seniors market, but specifically, we're targeting retirees who recently retired and are looking to relocate. Our services senior relocation, perhaps. So, any specifics about your target market that would help us gather more information about your industry. That'll help us when we're performing our competitive analysis on your industry. Now, your primary conversion goal. This is how what we're asking is how your customers are going to how your visitors are going to convert into a customer. Are they going to call you? Do you want them to fill out a form? If it's an e-commerce site, do you want them to add something in the cart and then go ahead and check out? Just let us know that what your preferred method is, what's worked for you in the past, etc. How you want things to work in the future, so that and that information will then be reflected in your information architecture of the site, and also the conversion optimization that we do. So if your primary goal is to get signups for a campaign that you're doing, the way we design the layout of the page is going to be different than if you are, you know, if we're setting up a contact form, for instance. So your customers' pain points and solutions. So what we're asking here is, in your given industry, what are some of the problems that you hear from your current visitors and customers, and how is your company better suited to provide solutions to those problems? So what we want to do is we want to highlight that, and we want to differentiate your company from your competition based on these solutions, right? So that's really what we're asking here. And this is kind of a follow-up on the above question. What are some other ways that you stand out? Perhaps it's your experience. Perhaps your your team members are certified in some way, or there's specific accolades or awards that you guys have won within your given industry, etc. Anything that we can showcase, and make your brand stand out. That's really what we're looking for here. Yeah, do you have any special offers, sales, guarantees, kind of support that you offer your customers through your product or service? If so, we want to highlight that here. Again, this is going to allow us to differentiate you from the competition, so it's valuable. Now here, this we want to know who your competition is so that we can perform our competitive analysis, see what they're doing, see what's working for them, what isn't working for them, and how we can outmaneuver your competition. So we want to know who it is. So what we're asking for here is just go ahead and give us links to 3 websites that are within your industry that are your top competitors, and you want to choose the best of the best. We want to know who the top the leaders are in your industry, who you want to be, who you want to compete against as an organization, etc. So that's what that is. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this form out just with some dummy data so we can get to the next page here. Okay. Choose a target market. Let's put that here and try to be as descriptive as possible. Obviously, this is dummy data, but we definitely don't want short and pithy answers. We analyze all this information that you provide to us, so the more information you can give us, the better, and we can delineate that in your new web presence. Okay, I'll just copy this over here, and we'll go to the next page. Okay, here we're really looking for more, aesthetics. The style of the site that you want, minimalistic, classic, modern, luxurious, youthful, just the type of style that you're looking for. And we're going to analyze this and kind of during our blue sky phase and correlate it to what the information that you provided on the previous page and try to come up with something that meets your needs in terms of style and feel and colors, but also is conversion optimized and tuned to kind of bring in sales. Right, so that's really what these questions are all about here. So there you go, and you can always read the descriptions to kind of get your mind moving a little bit. And of course, if you have any questions about this, you can contact your account manager, and they'll be more than happy to walk through this with you. Here in the references section, we actually give you 3 kind of website inspiration sites that you can go to and just kind of take a look around at, and a lot of amazing designers, our team included, post our work on these types of sites. So you can kind of take a look around and see, what types of sites are being created, what's on the forefront of design today. Some of the best designers in the country and in the world post their work here. So you can kind of take a look around, and there's a lot of different categories. And they're all kind of categorized here for you. So depending on your industry or your types, your styles, or even your colors, you can kind of check out sites. And this is really the fun part of filling out this brief because it gives you an idea of what is possible and what can be done. And then once you get to the get to something that you like. So for instance, if you like the look of this site, it's very minimalistic, but if you like the look of the site, you can just come in here and just copy the URL and paste it in, right? So that's really what that's about. And I'm just going to type in some dummy data in here so we can finish off the brief. And here's the reference notes section is really for you to provide any positive or negative feedback for any of these reference sites. So if you liked this one because it's really minimalistic, or you like the color scheme, let us know. Let us know what you liked about reference site number 1, or what you didn't like about reference site number 2, or what have you. So that's just kind of additional information. It's optional, obviously, but again, the more information we have, the better. Logo. Obviously, if you have a logo, then you're going to want to upload it here. And just remember that we're going to need the vector designs of your logo file. And, just let your logo designer know that we need the vector files. If you don't have them, whoever your logo designer is, he or she should have the vector files. So that's the files we need, and that's going to be either Adobe Illustrator or Adobe Photoshop format or EPS. But just let them know that you want the vector files, and they'll be able to give that to you. So I'm just going to select no, just for the sake of this demo here, and continue on. Okay, here we're talking about, any specific pages. Obviously, we're going to include all of these pages into your site. But if there's any other specific pages, for instance, hey, if you're a law firm and you want a bio page about yourself, or one of your attorneys or what have you, then you want to let us know that here. So any other specific pages that you might need, put that information in here. Obviously, if you're an e-commerce site, we know that you're going to need a checkout page. We know that you're going to need a shop page and all of that. So you don't have to specify that. This area is really just to tell us, about any additional pages that may not be super obvious to our team. So that's your opportunity to highlight that here, and that's an optional field. And if there's anything else, if there's any other feedback that you want to provide to our design team, feel free to note that here, and that'll get to them and help them create an amazing web presence for you. So there you go. So there is a brief on the design brief. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact your WebBased.me account manager, and they'll be more than happy to walk you through, the design brief. And hopefully this video helps make things a bit easier and allows you to understand what we're looking for. Okay, thank you so much.